Audio test. Audio test. Good. How's everyone doing today? Just give me a minute here while I get things started up on my side. Mark to Chief, Archmagos, Cheops, Michi, how's it going? Steel, Jayhawk, Findan, Plonk, that scared the crap out of you. Ready for the heat? I'm starting to feel it, Waldo. Starting to feel it. Just a moment while I get something typed up quick. I had a message pop in just as I was hitting the start button. Okay. Noshot, how's it going? Plonk, Cooper, Saba. Yeah, well, the heat is definitely like I'm starting to feel it. Make sure I've got the pitch side up also. So something else that's going to be starting with the stream here today is we're going to start the next challenge stream funding goal. So basically, I made a mistake when I was doing my taxes this year, and I completely forgot that the YouTube stuff, doesn't have anything that gets withholded. So I ended up owing some money, and I figured a fun way to work with this is to set up the next challenge stream or challenge streams. And with the Delta Recruit event, I know that there's a lot of people wanting to, see how to go in and do the entire storyline. So the funding goal is for the following challenge. For me to create a new character, you guys will pick the class and faction that I go with, but I prefer, if it's a Delta Recruit, if it's going on during the Delta event, I'll play through the entire storyline on that character on stream. It might happen over a couple streams, but yeah, that'll be. Well, we all know how some parts of the storyline are. And you guys will get to pick the build type, meaning if you want me to do the entire storyline with Beam Overload, it'll happen with Beam Overload. That's like the challenge idea that I've got right now. ZSV all the way with Gravwell? I mean, that's what I would do, but I know that people are going to go with like Beam Overload just to screw with me. CRF only? I think, well, yeah, Chadwick, it would have to happen over multiple streams. It would probably be, this is something else I should clarify, is that this is, streams would happen each week on Sunday until the objectives are complete. There we go. So yeah, it would definitely take a little bit. Oh, and I don't have my overlays on. That would help. Hack Alien Fed CSV. Okay, I am missing some of my chat here and my Discord. Dark Eddie? No. No. Terrible. Rob, thank you for the membership, Rob. Much appreciated. That is $3 towards the goal. Okay, I've missed a few things already in chat, so let me get this caught up on. Sam, Michael, volume up on. Oof. Jesse officially left Cryptic, yeah, and like the entire systems team is gone, and I think the only existing systems person that might still be there is Bordicus, which you guys, we'll see in the near future. Um, yeah. Brandon, how's it going? Turned the AC on last night, Jay. Yeah, Zor, I like Lower Decks, so seeing that it's going to be ending after season 5 is rather annoying. Axel, Shifty, Casual Tax Fraud, terrible. Team Overload Engineer hype. Yeah, one stream would be rough. Steven, how's it going? Only if I read all the dialogue. The issue is as soon as you do read the dialogue, it makes the it like doubles or triples the time that each mission takes. ASMR the dialogues? Oh no. Rob, how's it going, man? No firing mode at all, just hitting the weapons. G-ups. Blue, how's it going? That's going fine. Oof. Yeah, I mean, I yeah, the Dyson Science Destroyers will be dropping, next month. I think, though, if you have any other bundles you're looking to pick up, if they do happen to do a bundle sale between now and then, I'd probably take advantage of the bundle sale. And he can't use weapon preset. He has to put energy into shields. Is the Texas ship any good? The console outfit, the VAQ warheads, is used on some high-end tort builds, but the ship itself, I was not a fan of. Yeah, we'll have to put things to a vote still. So yeah, that'll be up. Like I'll leave it up till it's done, and there will be weeks of suffering going through the entire storyline. Vector Spectrum, how's it going? Balanced loadout would hurt him more. Cheops, man. What the hell? Are we getting a legendary bundle? I don't know. I don't know. There is a then sale on Epic, so if you have an Epic account or if you have an Arc account that is linked to Epic, you can pick up some cheaper Zen. If you don't have a linked account, don't buy through Epic because they don't give you any refunds and it'll dump your Zen onto a new account. So yeah, if you have a linked account or if you play through Epic, that sale is live right now. And if you do happen to buy anything over there, of course, code CasualSAB. Patron, how's it going? Michael. Yes. Hopefully I was clear enough for you. Pleb, when are we getting a new legendary bundle? No idea. Are there going to be tips and tricks for playing the market? Sometimes it takes ages for high-end items to sell. Maybe I'm overpricing them. The market just moves slow in general, especially when you're looking at the parts of the market that you can generally make a larger profit from, like the duty officer market. The DOF market moves a little bit slower, and there are parts of it that people do not know about. Like some of these DOFs are a bit more niche. Erica, how's it going? Market tip number 1, undercut everyone. So this is going to be a video at some point if I can stop being lazy and actually get some videos done that have just been sitting around for a while. But I created a really nice clickbait thumbnail for this one. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, hell yeah, here we go. So, like there's one DOF that I made a couple billion EC off of by farming multiple of them. And I've done a video going over this that's members only, but I'm going to do a proper public video for it at some point. And I thought, yeah, damn, that's a nice clickable thumbnail. Need more arrows? I need more arrows? Oh, did I actually? I do. Yeah, here's more arrows. Look at that. Yeah, I do have some member only videos. There's also going to be a members only stream in the next couple of days because I promised I was going to do a video going over the value of different DOF packs. When it comes to some of the market stuff, the issue is that if you talk about them too publicly, you'll kill the market. For instance, I once shared something with duty officers via a member exclusive video. Within the first 10 people watching that video, the market was dead. The thing is with Stowe is it's not a very large player base. So while there are parts of the market that you can make a pretty decent profit on, like with duty officers, the issue is that if more than 1 to 2 people are doing some parts of the market, they cease to be profitable. For instance, this Talshiar command code thing that I used to farm those Tyheth DOFs, I made a couple billion EC off those DOFs, but I had produced so many of them that I oversaturated the market on my own, and it took me like 2 to 3 months to actually find a buyer. So some parts of the market just, the reason you don't see a ton of VC guides out there is because of the size of the game, because it's really not as large as other games out there. And like I said, as soon as enough people know about something, the market for it's dead. There just isn't enough people playing the game that are interested in, lots of niche parts of the market. Terrible, Chad. Got some red circles too. I mean, I can look into it. Avrock. Yeah, it's... Yeah, the issue is too, if I start talking about some market things... Yeah. DOF reproduction issues. Yeah, well, that too. If you're playing in the dead time between major seasonal events in the game, the market is much less active. Spent... Whoa! I killed the ISOMAG market? Yeah. That would be terrible if I did. You know what market I need to, I really need to see go up? Need watchers to go up. The thing is, too, I was thinking about this, with watchers versus SROs, like I still run SROs on casual, but with the watchers, with people doing isomags now, that little bit extra crit chance probably a bit more valuable. Stuka, how's it going? Billy? The IRS is going to take 40% tax from your EC based on... Oh no. Type 7's killed the most successful DOF market? Yeah. I mean, that's been an issue for Cryptic in the past couple of years too, is they have introduced some key items or ships that, with those being in there, it's destroyed most of the competition. The Type 7s being a good example. The Type 7 hanger pets that you get from the Iwani, the elite versions of those are among the best hanger pets you can get, and you don't even need to run superior area denial, scramble fighters, or any of the other carrier stuff to boost those pets up. You just slot the type 7s and they're going to debuff things on their own. So there's been a few things like that in the past couple years where they've introduced something so important for a specific niche that anything else basically becomes irrelevant. Look at the Terran Eagle. The Terran Eagle basically has come in. It is the only viable high-end torpedo platform because of the console on it, because it allows you to fire torpedoes. What is it, like three times faster than every other torp platform out there? So now, if you're doing high-end torp stuff, if you're not doing it in the Eagle, you're wasting your time. You're never going to have as much punch with another ship as you will with the Eagle when it comes to a torp build. That's not great to see. Kevin, how's it going? Wish I could have a YouTube window in the game interface. That would be nice. Guys, we'll start a new Delta ROM Alien KDF. Wanted to try a plasma build. The 3-piece Lobby set worth it. I think the Viridian weapons are really good personally. I like them. I like the visuals of them. I think that they just look really, really nice. But realistically, you can go with whatever plasma variant you like the visuals of the most, and you'll be fine. As for the ultimate Lobby set, I don't think I would go for that anymore. Because you can't do the Pavin Omni alongside the Ultimate Omni. The Pavin Omni is from the Pavin event that we just had earlier this year. So if you did not play that event, you can still buy it out for 25 bucks and get that Omni. But the Pavin Omni does really, really well right now. Does that console affect Maelstrom 2? Not for the... Well, it allows you to fire Maelstrom quicker after firing another torp. It doesn't affect the cooldown of the torpedoes. It affects how fast they can fire, but after each other. So yeah, the issue with the ultimate set is that it's a set Omni, and even on a plasma build, I would be doing the Pavin Omni right now. And yeah, the Viridians are my favorite. If you're doing a plasma CSV build, I would recommend the Plasmatic Biomatter Auto Turret from the Lobby store. That can be fully re-engineered. I do like that because it's got that secondary shot that it does, like an auto defense turret. So if you're doing a plasma setup with cannons, I'd pick that up during the sale. If they'd done pilot command on the colony too, that would have been great, Steven. But I think we're clearly seeing between the Connie 2 and the upcoming Dyson Science Destroyer bundle, it's clear that we are lacking Jonathan on the systems team, and the quality and meta impact of these new items, of these new ships, is not what it was, 2-3 months ago, when it was still stuff that had been designed by Jonathan. So yeah. Katie, thank you for the raid over on Twitch. Much appreciated. Will the Dyson ships all be Science Destroyers? Yeah, they'll all be Science Destroyers, man. Type 7 Pets has as much debuff and twice the IQ as the average support player. It's just that with Type 7s, you can bring in like a team worth of, support, or a support team worth of debuff. I can't English there. I don't know anything, Zor. I'm just making an educated guess. Where did my Gorn experimental weapon go? I have had to take the plasma bombardier off of my Delkina for the time being. The reason being, it can't keep up with the pace of high-end ISE runs. And by that, I'm meaning like the sub 30-second runs. It cannot keep up with runs at that speed level. Let me find a VOD here. That's not video. When did I last run my Delcina in a run? Hold on. Complex is still good. I still am using Complex, but in channel runs, I would be using. If I was doing channel runs, I would still be using the Gorn Hunter's experimental weapon. But the issue that I have with the Plasma Bombardier in these really fast split runs is that it cannot keep up. It just is not doing well. I think it might be my current upload. What was the date on that? Check here. Was this the right run? Wolfpack, thank you for the sub over on Twitch. Very much appreciated. And Empress Christie, thank you for the follow. Will there be new proton weapons with the T6 Dyson ships? I imagine there'd be something new. No, this was still the Delcina, but look, the Plasma Incendiary Bombard did 119k. I had another run where the Plasma Incendiary only did like 50k, and then I had a run where it did like 240. The issue is the speed of these runs is making it's very difficult for the experimental weapons to keep up because they're unable to benefit from haste. Bebops, thank you for the sub, much appreciated. Isn't it important for proccing complex? It helps, yes, but if it's unable to fire, then it's I'd rather have an experimental weapon on that can reliably fire a bit more. Captain Wallace, how's it going? Phoenix Girl. And Beatbops, thank you for the sub there. Let me find the VOD here. So 6 at what time? 11:02. Yeah. Oh no. I not record it? That's not it. Trying to find the VOD. I try to record most runs because if you're chasing DPS, one of the best things you can do is go in and just record and then look back at the VOD to see where you messed up, made mistakes, things like that. Chadwick, thank you for the 250 there. Reminder that remind the IRS that you're an honorary member of Starfleet. Thank you. And with those the two Twitch ones, should be about 15 now. Wayne, 6:30. Very nice. Okay. I need more coffee. I hear that. Watts, how's it going? I actually I swapped over to the Vodwar Juggernaut for my more recent DPS attempts. So I'm just looking for the time frame I did that run. It's the VOD, or that was the parse from my point of view. Oh, I guess I didn't record it. I thought I did. Let me see if I moved it. Oh, I just had a different name for the file. Here's my Dalkina run. I'd renamed the file. It didn't have a date on it. I overflew the start there, and I didn't hit all my buffs. Oh, I remember this run. I was looking at the VOD and I'm like, wow, that was just really bad. That blue lightning is from people hitting the friendship console on me. Yeah, I messed up activations on this one quite bad. Oh yes, this is the one where when the cube actually died, what was I at? 4.5. But I had the turner on to help with the gate there, and then there was these spheres. So it dropped down to the 4.1 4119. So would have been 4.5, but there was some little issues there. Ash how's it going? No official word from Deca about Stowe, not yet. Okay, Watt's been reading some old guides about shipbuilding, and they say generally the captain's career doesn't matter much in the DPS, although tactical is a slight edge. If you went into ISE and dealt 5 million DPS, how much would you do with an NG, all else being equal? You'd be losing like 100 and something percent cat 2 at the opening there. I would say so. We're actually really close to 5 million right now with the pace of runs and with how good energy weapons are right now with the Iwani console. And keep in mind, they're not that far ahead of Torps. Torps actually still have the current record, but the Iwani console has allowed energy weapons to be competitive, and I think that 5 million is doable. I think that 5 million can be done with CSV. But how much would you lose going over to an engineer? I don't know the exact number. Um, I would have to say, like, I don't see why the engineer side wouldn't still be over 3 to 4. If attack can do 5, I don't. I mean, I think that engineer is behind as a science, but I think especially in a short, really fast paced run at that level, I don't think it's that much of a difference, especially when we've got multiple stacks of friendship on the DPS player. Um, can't help but notice the utter lack of shielding on that cube. Spud, how's it going? Gambled a tad for the Kelvin 2 and ended up getting 3 promo boxes, ended up getting the command variant for the new skin. I might grab it at some point. The new Kelvin 2. I think it looks pretty cool visually, and the console I might have some uses for. Yeah, Warp Core by Watchers. By Watchers, yeah. Um so that is just how the game works when it's doing the combat log. Fish rate that it does not pick up once someone's far enough away. Yeah, there is one other run. Here, so I swapped off the Delkina over to the Juggernaut just to see if that extra turret would do a little bit more for me. And this is a run I was trying. And this would be top of the table, but a certain Nicholas forgot something. The nice thing too with complex is that as I'm heading to the center, I can get a couple shots on the gate, get some complex stacks on it. So close. 4.6 when that goes down. But there is a sphere left. That's fine. We'll knock them torps back off number 1 soon enough. Connie 2 is okay for PvP 2. Yeah, I heard that. When I was talking to Brett about it, Brett said he could basically 1-to-1 transfer his Hydra over. Should update my bio. Shill with gambling addiction and elitist, but also very casual player of Star Trek Online and no game. Only knows how to do board queues. Hey, that's not entirely true. I know how to do the first contact day event. This isn't a Borg TFO. Thought if you were a member of the channel, you didn't get ads. I don't remember how YouTube works in that regard. That's how Twitch works. Oh, this is technically a board queue. So I kept having driver crashes, and I took out the vertical GPU mount that I was using and changed the BIOS on my GPU over to the secondary one, and I haven't had a single driver crash now in 3 days. I'm using the Tholian nucleating singularity core. It's from a Tholian event that happened last year.
You found a hull part. Take it back to your workstation.
I know Sue did a video on this. McStue did a video on this TFO yesterday, and we were joking around in voice chat when he was talking about what he wanted to do for it. We're like, just pick up like one part and then walk away and just have it be, you just standing there AFK with your empty chair just visibly shown. Thought that would have been funny, but I think he played through it.
You found an engine
7900 XTX. I've been having issues with it ever since on and off I've had issues with it, but I think taking out the vertical mount has helped. So I'm clicking through random pages. The core I'm using is the Tholian nucleating singularity core. Like I said, it's part of the Tholian set that got released last year. It's okay. If you're on an AoE heavy build and you're shooting at enemies that are really grouped up, it can perform exceptionally well. But for your day-to-day performance, I don't know if you'd want to use it. So this is a thing from the Halloween event, Sylvia's Feline Charm. This will turn you into a cat.
Take it back to your workstation.
And you run faster while you're a cat.
One of the parts has given you quite a shock.
Yeah, you run a lot faster with it.
This stabilizer part wasn't useful. Keep searching.
Yeah, you move around a bit better with it. It's fun to mess around with. Dan, how's it going? Look at this waterfall. Y'all probably ain't seen it from this angle before. Who do I think is going to leave Stone next? I don't know. But I think as we'll see next month with the Dyson Science Destroyers, I think we are very much feeling the impact of people leaving the team. I think it's just a matter of time. Like, it's everyone at Cryptic is eventually going to be moving on to other projects. They're basically just there at this point to train up Deca. I think on the systems front, isn't Bordicus still at,
You found an engine part.
still at Cryptic?
Take it back to your workstation. One of the parts has given you quite a shock.
I haven't heard any leaks there, Spud. I've heard that there's, just what Cryptic said on the roadmap, that we've got some new science destroyers incoming.
This hull part wasn't useful. Keep searching.
Stargate, how's it going? The change to team abilities is not recent. That's something they've been working on for like a year.
The collection round.
What? I don't even know what to think right now. Yeah, I saw Dark Eddie. It's been tested for a while to make sure it didn't break anything. Oh, that counts. I forgot this counts for the ground stuff. The ground harvest. Oh, for sure, Steven. It would be terrible. That would be unfortunate. Yeah, I mean, you're fine. Okay, so I didn't answer this question on the video the other day, but I realized I should have. Am I using team abilities again? Yeah. Team abilities like TAC, Sign, Inch Team, those now have an activation time comparable to many other Bridge Officer abilities. Intel Team does still have a 1 second activation time, which is a bit unfortunate. Intel Team is one, that I did like using. But with TAC, Inge, and Psi Team being more a little bit better now, I am going to be incorporating them back onto some builds, especially like TAC Team. That's a great, great filler ensign level ability now that it's not screwing up your weapons fire. Cheops, check the leaks section of Spencer's Discord. All the info is there. Also, don't forget Epic Creator Code CasualSAB. Damn, Cheops, you're doing the shilling for me. There is no leak section on the CasualSAB Discord server. None. Here's all the channels. Voice channels that never get used because I never sit in public voice channels. The O game channels, which don't get much activity because I haven't done an O game video in like a year. The Stow channels, general, subscriber hideout for those of you that have a YouTube or Twitch membership and have that linked over to the Discord. Admin hideout where I can see where someone said something that the auto mod wasn't happy with. Yeah. And old notes is just old notes from like that I had on hand for doing some videos and stuff. And the hidden leak channel. You want to, okay, so there is a very private channel that I use, or Discord, for just storing notes, and yeah. It's got a video in here. Terrible. Terrible. A great video. Yeah, there's no leaks here. I guess there is technically a leaks channel there. I take that back. I did this as a bit of a meme, but there is, yeah, the stream safe channel here, leaks here. Let's take a look at the leaks. And it's a link to the Arc Games website for the Stow news page. Upcoming ships. This is just the whale probe is a meme, and then the concept art that Hector had put over on LinkedIn, which I've talked about and shown in actual news videos. So yeah, there was some concept art posted by Hector that I had just grabbed to put there. And then Stow Future is just notes on like the LinkedIn stuff. No leaks. See? Okay. You find where my restream chat just went. I have been to the Hidden Leaks channel. It's terrible. SAB exposed. Gamma starter is good because Gemini Vanguard captains are superior. Yeah. Cheops, thank you for the 10 USD. Very much appreciated. Let me get that updated. Spencer would never violate the terms of service. That's true. Random Spaceman, thank you for the follow. Yeah, the Gamma starter pack's fine. Just keep in mind there's not currently a Gemidar recruitment event up. I think we'll see one of those in the next couple of months. Yes, the correct saying is I would never violate the terms of service of Star Trek Online on my primary account. BMT, it's CSV and it's not even a competition. So the thing is with chasing DPS, AoE is always king. CSV, it's got a very narrow firing arc, so there is skill requirements to flying it. But if you can get the piloting down with it, then CSV is always going to be the top energy weapon firing mode. Okay. We're gonna bounce around to a few characters. I need to get some stuff posted. But also, something you may want to take advantage of is the first contact day event. You do get these experience bonus pools, from doing them after you get all the badges, or you could just get them right away, I believe, if you don't want the badges. But if you're working on new characters, good to stockpile some of those up. Also, something else you guys should take advantage of. The first contact day event, one of the easiest events for you to do for getting marks on new characters you're working on, because that rocket building TFO there, there's basically no combat in that. You might have a spider jump out, but aside from that, you can go in and do that on a character that has no gear at all and get marks from it. So if you're looking to farm up, rep marks on an alt, that is one of the best events for you to take advantage of. Um, 18 per day. Tiniest score in KDF recruit engineer using the free ships as you level, using turrets only. Oh no. Is a single cannon build on a 4-4 cruiser better than a FOD build? I think that depends on what tools you have access to. Because you don't have to do just pure single cannons. If you're doing a phaser build, the phased wide arc thing from the Lobby store, that can be used on ships that don't allow dual cannons. Like, it doesn't have that restriction from what I recall. CSV with gravel, I mean, that's like the optimal way to play. Okay, I need to grab some Lobby stuff on this character and another, so I need to get off this map and move the microphone up out of the way so I can see the mini-map. Let's head over to DS9. So something that, talking about market stuff, the marauding stuff to go in and farm contraband, that's still pretty profitable if you're on a KDF a KDF side character, KDF aligned. You just fly around sector space, you pillage these outposts, do the raiding Dolph missions. Like, you could still go in and get contraband, which is still selling for a pretty decent amount right now. In fact, contraband's worth even more than usual right now. Mobile Game Star, how's it going? Red? I mean, it's 3 p.m. for me, but I've only been awake for 2 hours. I don't think that'll ever return, Spectre. Okay, I need to see what this character has, because we have a Lobby sale going on right now, and as many of you know, I talked about some or a project that I'm working on long term, which is to gear up an engineer and science character, and it's going to take me a little bit to do that because I need to wait for my event campaign and all that. So it'll be a little bit, but I can at least get some of the stuff along the way. Geist Wolf. Hold on a sec. If you're going to sell T6 coupon, I'd probably do it sooner rather than later, before next month. Not that the value would go down of a T6 coupon for any particular reason, but I'd probably sell it sooner rather than later through like the trading channel in game, or there's the trade section on the builds Discord that generally gets a decent amount of activity. You know, might be worth looking there. So over on the builds Discord, if you scroll down, we have this trading area, and you can post there that you're looking to sell a T6 coupon and just mention your platform and you'll be good to go. If the amount of channels is a bit overwhelming to you, there's channel shortcuts right at the top, and we have a trading shortcut there. If you are not in the trading channel, it is currently invite only. So if you're on the CasualSAB Discord and you have the STO role, I have a channel here for the trading channel invites. So if you want a channel invite, just let me know, and I will get you an invite the next time I'm in game and I see it. Totally unrelated. What could lead to a reduction in the EC value of a T6 coupon? Hypothetically, if there's new C-store ships that are introduced and perhaps are not well received, that could cause value to go down, you know, just a little bit. Hypothetically. Asgard, how's it going? 600 melee kills left. Sounds like you're going to be on Defara for a bit. I think when I did mine, I just did a men Defara. Flipping that purely for the octave shift. Spectre, I have no idea about the new Dyson ships. You know, they're still like a month out, so my only concern is I don't know who's developing things right now. And I mean, look at the you know, the Kelvin Connie 2 that just dropped. A bit underwhelming, so I don't have as much hope for what the next set of ships is going to be. Is my video for the best Infinity ships still valid? I think I need to do an update on that. I might, you know, I might get some other best of videos done soon. Okay, I was gonna buy something in the lobby store and then I got completely sidetracked. So let me make sure I don't have this thing. Yeah, I don't see it in my bank there. I'm gonna buy the plasmatic biomatter auto turret for plasma. I like that on my plasma builds. Gonna protect that, upgrade it. I mean, there's a couple very high demand ships right now that you can make a lot of money from. Jayhawk, like the friendship, and the Gorn Hunter. Basically, anyone that actually does like really high end runs right now is running out and grabbing friendships left and right. Oh, there's actually one for 1.4 right now. But it's a good platform on its own, but the trade on it is critical for the high end environment. The World Razor for the premium ship choice. I wanted to wait and see, you know, if the meta like changed at all. I saw some server not responding there. I was worried for a second. I don't if the Calvin Connie 2 is any indication of what the upcoming ships over the next few months are going to be like, I think I'm probably going to be fine to roll out some updated best of like C store, block box promo ship videos, because the Calvin Connie 2 does not give me much hope for uh, upcoming ship releases over the next couple of months with regards to their meta relevance. But yeah, the World Razor definitely is still a solid platform to go for. Where can I buy disco ship weapons from? Like sensor linked and all the dash linked weapons, you can get those just off the exchange or by buying the weapon packs or ripping open lock boxes to get weapon packs. So just buying them directly off the exchange is your easiest way. What's the Gornet? Quite a few of them up right now. What about what other ships was I gonna look at? For all of them. Man, promo ships are just really cheap right now. So let's add up this real quick. So we have the promo packs in the C store right now, meaning that while the promo packs are here, you shouldn't buy keys. The promo packs generally have a better return. But if you were to go in and buy promo packs right now, they're going for just under 23 mil per, so like 22.9 is what I'll put here. You would need, if you just want to get like a Vengeance or a Lobby ship, you need like right around 10 promo packs to sell. So that is, yeah, that's 1600 Zen to get a Lobby ship right now. That's crazy. But the Calvin Connie 2 is $200 Space Barbie. Well, the Calvin Connie 2 is definitely Space Barbie. It's not a bad ship. It just doesn't, it doesn't do anything new, unique. The console on it, I do want to play with. I might grab one. Cheops. If I had like say 200 watchers, I could theoretically sell them and fund a character with some high-end ships. Yeah, you could. Yeah, definitely. I wouldn't. I mean, 200 watchers. That's quite a bit. Where's my upgrade at? I thought I had some upgrades in the bank here. Rainy won a Vengeance from the Fleet War Drivers Armada when they had their 30-year anniversary. Very nice. So when the Watchers came out, one of the best ways to make EC in this game, okay, is to like when a new lockbox comes out, understand the potential meta impact of the items that are in it, and grab them while they're cheap. Stockpile them. I paid on average around 6 to 7 million per watcher bridge officer that I have, and when I sell them, I'm expecting 20 to 25 mil per. So you grab these lockbox items when they're brand new, when they're really cheap, and then you toss them in a bank for like half a year to a year, and you sell them. The issue is that most people, they get impatient. In STO, you are punished severely when it comes to any market-related things if you are unable to be patient. So, the longer you can sit on some items like that, the better return you're going to see typically. Another example would be traits. There was recently a trait in the last gen lockbox that has actually become fairly popular. What was it? Was it Intel Handler? I mean, that's 4% crit chance. But Intel Handler, you know, for a little bit there, you could pick them up for almost 100 KEC. Right now, they're at 7.5. You know, half a year from now, when, you know, now that the last gen stuff is out of circulation, these might be 30, 40 mil. Except in the case of isomags, well, it was unexpected that Cryptic was going to introduce so much supply of isomags. It was unexpected. I mean, let's look at the isomag market now. I honestly haven't looked at isomags in a while. 50K is the cheapest. Cheapest phaser one's a 19. Jayhawk if you want, but I mean, long term, you know, that stuff is going to be put into Infinity. It's just that right now in the time period between that lockbox having been taken out of circulation and the items being added to Infinity, there's going to be a limited supply, so the price is going to go up. Another example would be the bridge officer abilities from that. Malicious AI, I don't think is really worth it right now. Organic Nebula, I don't think people care. But the Tractor Beam Catapult one, you know, that's already worth a lot. Now, it'll absolutely tank when that's put into Infinity a couple of months from now or a year from now, whenever they decide to do it. But in the time between now and then, anyone wanting Tractor Beam Catapult is going to be spending a lot. Do I still think we're going to be getting that Lockbox UI revamp? Yeah, I think we'll probably see something with the next big update to the game. Maybe with the update that we're getting next month with the new season. Well, Chemosite has a lot of supply because it's from it is in the Infinity Choice Pack, whereas this new ability, Tractor Beam Catapult, there's basically no supply of it until it's added to Infinity. So, yeah. With the lobby you get from the end of your long event, what would I recommend buying? Not any ships. Honestly, I think that's one of the worst things you can probably do with that lobby. I think you're better off getting the things from the lobby store that you cannot buy via the exchange. You know, your event reward is worth quite a bit, and I think you're better off picking up the various lobby items that you can't buy on the exchange, you know, rather than picking up a ship that, you know, is worth like $15, you know, on the exchange. So if you really want a lobby ship, you know, I would just pick up some promo packs and sell them and just buy that lobby ship with the EC and then use the lobby you get from the event to just get like your lobby consoles and weapons. Probably distributed targeting. Chemosite generally doesn't do that well if you don't have Torps on, and especially if you don't have the dark matter on. I'm curious. I haven't checked. The last time I looked, the Science EPG consoles were actually worth more. They're not that far off. They are worth more than the Phase or Isomags, though. But the issue is that with these science consoles, like the only mod people care about is EPG for the exotic particle amplifiers. So the other 40 plus mods that you can get have little to no value. Okay, what are the other isomags at? Plasma's 1.25, damn. Yeah, Chiaps is right there. Yeah, best served cold. That has like perfect alignment time-wise with temporal tunneling off of the Atlantis. So if you run those two together, it's a good combo. You could re-roll the mod on a lot of these, but it's very expensive to re-roll the modifiers. Yeah, they've tanked. Disruptor's still worth a little bit, but phasers, of course, worth the most because people want their phasers. Yeah, the console or the components have also tanked quite a bit. People bought a bunch of Intel handler traits for me saying that. I mean, it's 4% crit chance. 4% crit chance is good. What other recent traits are worth it? Whole lot of X's. That's from the Protostar lockbox, so that'll be added to Infinity much sooner. So what is that at? 19.9? Right about right. Yeah. I mean, even though Phaser's not necessarily the top performer, people are always going to spend a lot for it because of all the stuff out there that is associated with it. Right now, for high end performance, I think Plasma with Complex is still the top performer in elite content. In advanced, Plasma loses value because of how fast stuff dies in advanced and normal content. So Phaser and Disruptor are the king there. But in elite, I would say probably the Plasma is definitely top with Complex, and then after that, I don't know between Phaser and Disruptor. They both have some really good things going for them. Disruptor has the better weapons with the spiral waves. Like the spiral wave disruptors, those are legitimately like aside from the mods, like these are just straight up the best weapons you can get in the game. Like for their raw performance, alongside like the Terran. The spiral waves get an extra modifier over every other weapon. Dwayne, not really good at all. Target rich environment was pretty much out of date when it was introduced, and it's not in a very good state now because it's like 30% cat 1. Yeah. For me though, I like my Viridian Plasma. I ended up dropping my wide arc on my Delkina because with the runs, I was actually seeing that the one less modifier was actually starting to become a noticeable difference when looking at the parses. So the next time I take in the Dalkina or the VOD Jug, I'm not gonna have the wide arc on, and the Maelstrom's probably gonna be coming off also. Mavrock, that depends on how much debuff is in there from everyone else on the team and from what else you're bringing on your build. Like I said in that video, the pen modifier loses value as there's more debuff. What I failed to say is that if there's enough debuff in there, it can fall behind a damage or crit D modifier. So if there's more than 140 debuff in the run, a crit D or damage would be better. Someone clear out the market for Intel Handler? I mean, there's still two. Whoever bought out the market, I'm disappointed you didn't buy them too, though. You could have just, like, tripled the price instead of taking it up by 50. Do I have a CSV piloting video? Probably. I don't think I have like a dedicated CSV piloting video. I have a Torp one, which is going to have a lot in common. But for CSV, I'll probably get something done when I am compiling some run footage. Mars Industry, absolutely. The POV and Omni, when you're actually looking at the parses with that, it performs exceptionally well. So on my current record, like that POV and Omni did out of the 4.1 mil there, that was 611k DPS. Just from the Resonant Shock from the POV and Omni. And the POV and Omni, if you're on a CSV build, that thing is crazy because when you hit CSV, it gets fire at will at the same rank as your CSV, and it stays up for as long as your CSV is up. So if you have Withering Barrage on, that Omni has 14 out of 15 seconds of fire at will uptime. So that POV and Omni, I've mentioned this before, but if you missed out on that event earlier this year, the Defense of Pavo, I think that's one worth buying out because I think that the POV and Omni is the best set Omni we have in the game right now. Year is 2034. Spencer is still talking about the pen modifier he forgot to mention. There's going to be a video on it well before then. The Hesperian really helps Disruptor? Yeah. But Wild Plasma is what I'm using. Like, I still think Phaser, Disruptor, could still get very comparable numbers to what I'm seeing with the Plasma. I don't mess around with single target builds as much, but I think the POV and Omni, just performs well on like everything. I would say so. That proc off of it does a lot. Alan, how's it going? Rubica? Okay, I need phaser damage space, destroy dreadnoughts, swap into a phaser build. Scalpers have a special place in Purgatory. Can someone scalp up the Watcher market? The two-piece is good. The console, I think is pretty decent. The torpedo, I don't think you really need. Okay, let's go to phaser. The console's good with it. The Pavin console's pretty good. But I've said this quite a few times, but I haven't done a video on it yet. It is crucial that if you are doing an energy weapon build right now, that you get the Awani for the Fleet Power Network Array console. That is a massive amount of firing cycle haste that provides. And if you're playing in a team environment, that console can be casted on your teammates. So something worth keeping in mind there. And the Awani bug that you probably have heard being talked about, the bug with that console, let me show you. I think there's been some misunderstanding about what exactly this bug is, but what Kay and Weibo found is that if you're targeting someone as they hit the Fleet Power Network Array on themselves, you would get the Fleet Power Network Array buff also. That does not allow someone to bypass the 5 stacks on themselves. Rather, if it's done right, it would just allow all 5 players on the team to get 5 stacks. But for the individual player, you're not getting past 5 stacks. So CSV affect non-cannon weapons? No, not unless there's a trait or unique ability that's working with it. The POV and Omni is built to get fire at will when you hit cannon scatter volley. It doesn't say it in the description here, but that's what the original blog was saying. Doing breach yesterday, the POV and Omni was going crazy on all the hard points. It's killing targets while extreme. I had to update my compiler RPG DPS tank build. I like the Delcina. I mean, I haven't noticed that issue myself, but I've definitely noticed that with some other issues. Rubica, thank you for the sub there. Very much appreciated. That added here. For those of you that are just joining in, um, the funding goal that I have at the top, the challenge stream stuff, basically, if that goal is hit, I'm going to create a new character. You guys will pick the class and faction, and I will play through the entire storyline on that character on multiple Sunday streams. And you guys will get to pick the build type, meaning if you want me to do beam overload, fire at will, CSV, whatever, I will go with whatever gets the most votes. Elpatron, that's a good question. And with that, Steven, I agree. But with that, what we've been doing is that we drop every other source of haste on high-end builds. So if you're in a supported run where you are going in with a team applying 5 stacks of Awani to you, we've been dropping... I don't know why Domino's back on, but let me swap to my jug here. It's the terrible. Johnny, thank you for the 10. Much appreciated. But what we've done is with the really high-end builds in the really high-end coordinated environments, we've been dropping pretty much all other haste on the build. So Domino's off the build, emergency weapon cycles off the build, OPOG's off, the Atlantis trade is not on. Basically, for these really high-end coordinated runs where there's that many stacks of the Iwani console on you, we've found that if you have any other haste on, aside from those Iwani consoles, it can start to cause issues. But we've been having a lot of success with the stacking 5 Iwani consoles on a player and them still being able to fire weapons so long as they take those traits off. So in a really coordinated environment, that's the workaround for that. For normal channel runs and just pug content, I would leave emergency weapon cycle, domino, and those things on. But if you are playing in that, that higher end environment, that's been our counter to that issue. Jay, thank you for the follow on Twitch. Yeah, I read that hypothetically would be nice. I mean, hopefully we get some proton buffs. Dan, it depends on the screen size for me, but that's usually how it's been. Any value in the duty officers? I don't remember, Ramsman. I think that there's some niche use for one of them, but I don't recall it being anything crazy. Beam overload engineer build incoming. Beam overload, wish you'll be allowed to use a firing mode. Oh no. What is the Vandy Shield? Oh, this is the Bozeman Titans. Sorry. Yeah, this is the Bozeman Titans Vandy Shield from the summer event. So if you have some low enough favors, you can go and pick this up right now from the summer event store. Just open up your event window, event store, summer event, and then look for Bozeman Titans. My original main was a human size Stuka. Yeah. Yeah, my jug build, I've been playing around with it a little bit. So the reason I swapped over to the Jug is because we were finding that the Delkina's experimental weapon was not able to keep up with how fast the run was getting. And the thought was that the extra turret would be a bit better there and would also be some more complex stacks. So that's why I swapped to the Jug for trying to do some deeps runs. Yeah, the POV and Omni, like I've said, really good. The plasma stuff in general, I've been a fan of that for a while. And I did drop the Maelstrom because another thing is that the runs were getting so fast that the Maelstrom was not landing where the target was dead. So I think in this run it did 400k, but in a lot of the runs the Maelstrom was just not fast enough. And when I looked at the math, it like Ponzi and some others had pointed out, it really would be better for me to just not run the Torp. It'd be better for me to run a 5th dual heavy cannon in this environment just because of how fast it is. Yeah, I think with how things are going, I think 5 mil doable. Might happen. The Juggernaut, I don't like flying it over the Delkina. I prefer the Delkina, but it's just hard to deny the raw firepower the VOD War Juggernaut has when it comes to just pumping out energy weapon damage. I know. Yeah, I like my Delkina. Nice, Spud. Right now, torpedoes still have top of the table, but just a matter of time. Okay, I'm going to swap to a phaser loadout, and let's do a pug infected here. I'm going to warm up. So I'm going to go to ground in a moment. Yeah. And what sucks is, we just had 2023 with Jonathan designing a lot of ships that had a lot of impact. And, we still felt his impact with the 14th bundle, but I am very concerned about, now that we've seen the Calvin Connie 2, I'm very worried about what the next set of ships is going to be like. How did the Excelsior 2 console do? I haven't tried it out in a full run yet. I can't English right now. The idea with it is to use it for the Cat 1 boost it provides while the clicky is active. But I haven't tried it in a run. As many bridge officer slots as you have. Okay, I'm going to do public queue infected the conduit elite. If you want to join, in the public queue. Does Intel handler stack? I don't believe so. Ray, you have your hopes up for a decent Dyson bundle? Yeah, I hope it's good.
The situation is grim. Begin by...
I went to bed at 8 a.m. and woke up at 1 p.m. I forgot to hit that early.
Warning, ship is under attack.
Scanning the nanite transport. Done. Additional data.
I messed that up already. It's bad. So bad. What is causing my maelstrom to charge faster? It feels like it's charging faster than normal.
A probe is closing in on the transporter. Destroy it.
Save that for a minute. This is... See, I gotta get the bad runs out first. My activation time here has been rough. Steven, you feel better watching this? My activation timing at the start was terrible, but... Dude, I might have to turn the air on. It is getting warm in here.
Sensors confirm
What is
that
the temp out?
transport conduit has been destroyed. However,
84?
our scans of the starbase are still being disrupted. We will need to send an away team there to look for survivors.
Is the air on? Got a record? Yeah, it's warm in here. Yeah, Dwayne, that's still fine. Uploaded for you. There you go. Congrats on the record. Calm Before the Storm versus Flagship Staffing. I think Calm Before the Storm probably is still going to be more useful for most people. Flagship Staffing, I think, is good, but it's got less uptime. Yeah. And temporal tunneling would beat both, like Giup said. Apparently, send a message else. I will be right back. But if the air's not on, I'm gonna turn it on because it's starting to get warm in here. Okay, the air is on. It's gonna be warm as hell in here for a little bit, but whatever. Even out there, the thermostat was like 77. It's too much for me. Jam, thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. Okay, dailies are done. I was gonna upgrade some stuff on some alts, so I haven't really done haven't done a ton of marketplace so far. Let's get some of that done. Let me see if anything's sold. Viridian Cannon sold for 20 mil. Nice. Remember, guys, there's a Start Your Adventure sale active right now, and a bunch of other sales like I talked about in the video the other day. Start Your Adventure sale is really awesome for going in and getting like DOF slots, inventory slots, character slots, things like that. Wide Arc sold for 175 million. Hell yeah! Here, let's do some nice little gambling here right on stream. We're gonna do some weapon pack gambling. See if I can make EC opening some packs here. So I've got 215 mil from items that just sold on this character and another, and I want to open some weapon packs. And before I do that, I want to also check what are the last generation Bridge Officer weapon pack or Bridge Officer packs going for. 22 mil per. Steven, would you like me to do some Delta opening? Yep, you count as your own ally. So it will work on you. You know, I'm going to start off here opening something a little bit different. I'm clearing the market on these. You guys are seeing some live market manipulation. Okay, so the reason I bought these is because the Inge and TAC ones are both worth a lot more than what these packs cost. The Science ones, they're not as valuable, but I had 215 million, and I have 12, 980, 557 left. So I just spent 202 million EC. The question is, will I get my money back opening these 9 packs? Let's find out. I got a lot more of the science than expected, but I got some of the tactical ones that are worth a lot right now. Let's take a look at the science ones first here. So I got some organic nebula ones. These are currently at 14 mil per. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these up for 12 mil pop. I don't know if they'll sell. They'll probably bounce back, but whatever. So that's 36 mil taken care of right there. Subtract that. The Organic Nebula 3, that's also worth 12 mil, so I'm going to just put that up for 11, just to undercut the current listing by a mil. I could go and undercut it by a smaller amount, but just don't care right now. Then the question is, did I make 155 mil out of the tactical Bridge Officer abilities? No, I did not make EC. If I'd gotten one more tactical or one more engineering, I would have made a profit. But unfortunately, I just about broke even. So that did not work out for me. I'm going to toss those in the bank, though, because I might need them soon. Mark, how's it going? Yeah, I have some EC left here. Weapon pack wise. All the weapon packs are just really expensive right now. How are we doing, Dolph pack? Gonna grab some Fleet Sport Dolph packs. Okay, there's 6 of those, and the thing with the Fleet Sport Dolph packs is they have a chance to drop ship modules, so I'm gonna go and see if I get anything out of them. Delta packs are down a bit. Nick, how's it going, man? Draco, doing well. It's a bit hot in here, but just turned the air on, so hopefully that starts to kick in here soon enough. How's the water temp doing? I haven't even looked at it. And the GPUs only hit 66 on the hotspot so far. The water temp hit 42. I'm going to have to change some settings there. Yeah, it's the 7900 XTX. I recently did some changes to the loop. So it has helped me a little bit. So I was using a vertical GPU mount, and I think that was causing some issues for me. But I took the vertical mount out the other day, and I also swapped the BIOS to the slightly slower one on the card, and I haven't had any issues since. The wire or the tubing runs are absolutely horrible right now, but I didn't have more of the quick disconnects that I wanted, and I just wanted the computer to be back on, so I took it apart, got that done, put it back together with a very dirty tube run there, and was like, I'll let future Spencer worry about this. I just wanted a computer back up and functional ASAP, so that's what I did. Sandor, how's it going? Terran Emperor, I don't think I wouldn't buy those personally. Sark, thank you for the raid. How'd your stream go? Pet wise, I would go for the Type 7s. Yeah, F's future Spencer, that's his problem. Indeed. Okay, let's go to the engineer. I bought Dolph slots on this and the science character last night because I like to open lots of Dolph packs. But I think part of the issue was probably the GPU riser cable that I was using. These things have been, notorious for causing issues, and seems to have been no exception there. Mavrock, thank you for the casual membership. Much appreciated. Nice. Yeah, I'm going to open the packs. Go on, Steven. I got the Dolph packs right here. Nothing. Or nothing. Oh, what's that 00? Oh, if that had been a consultant for Fleet Marks, that would have been good EC there, but I think I got screwed over on that one. Yep, I did. I rock again. Thank you for the membership. Sark, again. Thank you. Golf packs did not go well for me. Sometimes that's just how it goes. Terran Emperor, I would recommend really the Type 7s off of the Iwani. They are so impactful especially for day-to-day gameplay. I really would recommend those. Especially if you can get the Elite Fleet ones. They're really good. Steven, you're around. Okay, what other DOF packs do I have to open? Temporal, Cloth, Cruel, Volley, Otter. Yep, Darthon, you can do that. Now keep in mind, if Cryptic does what they've done the past 2 years, we should have a bundle sale end of month. And they're going to be releasing a new bundle next month, the Dyson Science Destroyers. So they're going to want to probably do a bundle sale prior to that so that they can drain our Zen in hopes that we'll put more money into the game when we see how amazing the new bundle is. At least that's what they want to happen. Yeah, Terran Emperor, the flagship staffing is fine. I think that's more of a support trait. But I think getting the pets and the console off the Iwani is the more important thing. The pets, the Type 7s, and then that flagship, or whatever, not flagship, the Fleet Power Network console off the Iwani, that is just crucial to energy weapon performance right now. Nothing good from them DOFs. Unfortunate. Yes, Johnny, yeah, I can show you. Yep, the Iwani stuff, you are your own ally. Okay, flagship staffing. So if I hit a heal on myself, that will make the trait apply to me. So if you look at my buff bar over here, if that's visible. So when I hit Ox to Sif, you see I have flagship staffing. For next first damage mod, I'm a fan of damage. If you're going for like a full min-max build, I think damage is going to be the way to go because of how it, with it being the final modifier. Yeah, I moved my buff bar over to the left side of my screen so that I could see all the buffs in combat because, like it's all the way at the left in this video here. But look at how it's going across my entire screen. So I wanted to make sure that I could see all the buff icons, and yeah. Oh, nice. I can actually see that Cultural Conquest was giving me the full 150 there, so that's interesting. That's sticking throughout the run. The Cultural Conquest is definitely a trait that I'm keeping on my build for these runs. For the high-end split runs. I actually hadn't noticed that. It actually shows the second buff icon if you are shot at or damaged while it's active. At least getting some use out of that trait. Raptor, thank you for the follow. Can I show the TAC consoles on the ship? Yeah, so it's the Fleet Power Network array from the Iwani. That's pretty much a must-have on any energy weapon build right now. Beam Overload, CSV, whatever, should have that console on. This should not be Domino. I was trying out the Excelsior 2 console, so I've got the Excelsior 2 console on there, then the Agony Redistributor, the Fakiri Torment Engine, and then DPRM. Mark, I've made changes to my Dalkina is specifically for really high-end coordinated runs. For normal channel runs, the only big change in the past couple of months is the Pavin Omni and putting the Fleet Power Network array console on. The Agony redistributor has been to help with the left side. So in these runs, things happen very, very fast. So I don't want to use the Agony at the start because that can take away from the damage the Maelstrom is doing. And by hitting it on the left side, I'm getting those generators down that I may not be hitting right, the assimilator and the spheres there. So it's just about keeping the side clear with how fast the run is, because I can't afford to have a support sticking around on the left side. Like, everyone needs to be in the right spot at the right time for these runs. Is DPRM still worth it? Well, it's not in the Lobby store. The DPRM has come back on because with the Wani console in supported runs, you'll have 5 stacks of it on you from the entire team. And when you have that much haste, you don't want to run your other haste things like Domino or Temporal Trajectory Shifter or things like that. So what we've been doing is we've been piling on just more damage buffs. So I didn't mean to have point defense on here. I think my loadout's gone screwed up a little bit, but I had adaptive emergency systems on from the flagship set, then DPRM for the Cat 2 there. For the Cat 1, the experimental power redirection off the Excelsior 2, that has a clicky on it that gives you a Cat 1 energy weapon damage buff that scales with your power levels. In these coordinated runs, I've got EPS on me, courtesy of the one and only Cheops here in chat. Very much appreciated, Cheops. But you see how my power levels are like just crazy high. So the idea here is with the Excelsior 2 console, if I can this up, with the Excelsior 2 console, is that Cat 1 from that is going to be pretty significant while it's active because of how high my power levels are. Oh. Event campaign on? I mean, if you want the DPRM on multiple characters, I think the Muds bundle's the best way to go for that. But for event campaign, I don't know. I mean, it's a good console, but I think you might be better off with your event campaign to get a platform that overall is going to be bringing, a bit more value. I mean, the DPRM on its own does bring a lot of value, but you might want to go for something where it's like the ship and the consular trait are beneficial to you. Whereas with the DPRM, it's just the console. The ship itself, you're not really going to fly. The Iwani is on my list. Lexington and the Narendra. Terran Emperor, you don't own the Photon Burst rifle yet, but it's probably not going to be that powerful from what I saw. Yeah, everything I've heard is that they pretty much designed the first contact day reward here to not be that amazing. And what's really interesting about that is they were going on about how they didn't want it to be something, that was like a must have. Yet the most recent events have all had like very impactful meta items. The Thaleron, or not Thaleron, the Tholian thing has that ground kit module that people are comparing to Thaleron, and that's been used for some really high records on ground. The Pavin set from the first part of the event campaign, that Omni's pretty much must have, best in slot when it comes to Omnis because of how powerful the resonance shock effect on it is. So it's weird that they're saying that they don't want to release event items that are like, must have, when we've just had 2 rewards back to back that were very impactful. Gotcha, Dwayne. So any other questions you guys got? Let's do a couple TFOs. Been chatting a lot. Gotcha. Yeah, that's true. Conquest is on. So Eclectic. I think with how the runs have been going, I'm probably going to drop Eclectic for Temporal Surge. What do I consider to be the best beam DPS build for Advanced? Fire at Will. Fire at Will with the Disco 3-piece. So I've shown this build off before, and I'll take it through a queue real quick, so if I can find it. On my Connie 3, I've got it set up with a Phaser Fire at Will setup, and it's just running Disco 3-piece. Has anyone tried jacking up Polaron Shunt? I think some have tried. The issue ends up just being Polaron just isn't the best damage type right now. It's good. You can buff it up and make it do a lot, but it's not as capable as, like a Phaser or Plasma Disruptor. But it still performs very well. Okay, I'm going to do a Cure Found Advanced public queue, and we're going to see how the Fire at Will Connie 3 does. With Disco 3-piece. I love this bug. What do I think the best... Oh, so you mean ship? Probably still going to be like the VOD Jug. I mean, VOD Jug, the Inquiry, the Avenger, all very capable. Okay. Couldn't even like show it off because we killed the map too fast. You don't need to change your entire build. You just swap out your set Omni for the Pavin one, which I don't think I've even done on this build yet. There we go. Probably scares new players a little bit, but... Good job, everyone. The Borg really put up a fight, didn't they? But I like how just slotting devices on my ship caused my bridge officers to just fully disappear there. That's awesome. Yeah, I should be putting on the Pavin Omni here. Spencer, did I sleep last night? I was busy watching Person of Interest, to be honest. With us not really doing anything last night, I pretty much just watched a lot of Person of Interest because I was right at the end of season 3, and now I'm halfway through season 4. I just kept watching. It's just really, really hooked into the story going on there. The Pavin Omni has an effect on it called Resonant Shock, and it's a 33% chance that it will apply a stack of that to your foe, and it does a lot of proton damage. So it just really high proc rate and basically just applies to everything around you because fire will. Good. Red for ISE, no, because of how far apart things are. The jelly just doesn't have the punch for like the start of infected generally. But for HSE, the jellyfish is the record for HSE. Okay, we're gonna do an infected, the conduit advanced public queue because I hear this is a challenging TFO. Yeah, the Pavin stuff is just great.
The situation is...
I see a Vod Jug, Delkina, Inquiry, and a Voyager. The issue with the entire set is running that torpedo. What space weapon is best to get out of the Infinity Lockbox? Generally, one of the phaser variants sells well, like Pulse Phaser, Agony Phasers. People pay a lot for those, even though they're not necessarily, you know, the high performers.
Scanning the nanite trench. Gun. Additional data is available.
Target shield has failed.
The nanite probes prepare the transformers. Stop them.
Target shield has failed. Core shield failing. Left shield failing.
What's left?
Sensors confirm that the transwarp conduit has been destroyed.
Yeah, it's just ISA.
However,
But yeah, it's going to be like Pulse or Agony Phasers that usually sell well. The sensor linked ones are a bit more of a gamble. The Viridians have been doing pretty well recently. I mean, with ISA, like a big part of it is you run the Disco 3-piece because the Mycelial Lightning does so much damage. Look at the parse from that. Feature probes, yeah, they're pretty nice. Yeah, I mean, look, Mycelial Lightning's my second line item. The Resonant Shock from the Pavin Omni did more than my Terran Beam. So that Pavin Omni, because of the proc on it, did more than my Terran Beam. People, you're running a build that has a set Omni Beam on it, get the Pavin Omni and just slap it on. You should see more performance out of the Pavin Omni than any other set Omni in the game. Terrible Chiaps. I do want to open some weapon packs though, so let's go through that fun process. I want to open Viridian weapon packs. But I gotta grab them one by one here first. Very quick process. Yeah, the Pavo stuff is great. Yeah, Mark II Chief, it does suck because anyone that misses that event, you know, and has to wait for it to pop up in MUDs, that's gonna suck. Yeah, the Pavo clicky, yeah. What a fun process this is. Hopefully this is one of the things they change with that upcoming UI update, because I gotta transfer these over to the other character, and then I have to click again to like select the specific box I want to open. It just, I don't understand why there's not like an open all as button. PCs, how's it going? That's true, P cubed. But I mean, that event's over, so if people missed it, that's $25. Yeah, Darth, there's an update incoming for lockboxes per I talked about it like a month or so back. They're gonna add like a lockbox tab to the the inventory window. I'm going to open cannons because the cannons have been selling pretty well for Viridian. Most people doing plasma builds are going with Viridian because they look pretty damn cool. Honestly, they've got a really nice red color to them, so you forget you're even running plasma. I've heard some compare them to like the turbo lasers or whatever. Like Star Wars, I think. Um, a full proton build probably is not going to do that great. It's pretty much just that the POV and Omni on its own just does a lot. Yeah, a full protonic polaron build, you're probably not going to get a ton out of, but that Omni on its own, very, very nice. Yeah, okay. Now I can rip open these packs and see if I got lucky. So dual heavy cannons are worth a little bit. The turrets sell pretty well. The single cannons and dual cannons do not. The turret. Wide arc. Definitely made a nice profit there. The last wide arc I had sold for 175 million. If that is still the price today. Is. Yeah, opening weapon packs can be a bit of a chore, but it is also something that can turn a very nice profit. Dual heavy cannons are still very good. Someone has went through the Viridian market. I mean, I'm not going to complain. Thank you to whoever has cleared out that market. That's room for even more profit. Need to be doing this on like a Ferengi character. Darth, I didn't buy that event out. I didn't think it was worth the money. Yeah. I just didn't think it was worth the money, so I'm just playing it out like normal. And I don't see any reason to buy it out day one for the first contact day. I'll probably I'll buy out a couple days of the next event, that Iconian event that's going to be coming up next month. I'll probably buy out a couple days of that just so I can get my event campaign reward done next month, because I would like to get the premium T6 box to work on one of my characters. Let's do it. Nick, let's do it. What will I pick from the premium box? So any of the ships from this list here. Pretty much any of the ships from this list here will be what I'll be considering. So Mirror War ship, Crossfield Refit, or Gorn Hunter. But I should be clear. I am gonna wait to see what the June Muds bundle is before I pick my event campaign, because with Discovery being on the 5th and final season of that, I don't want to grab that and then all of a sudden have that, you know, the Crossfield Refit end up being, you know, what's in the next Muds bundle. And I feel like the next Muds bundle, you know, we just saw that the 14th bundle, you know, wasn't necessarily the best seller for Cryptic. And hypothetically, if there was another underperforming C-Store bundle, they might try to counter with a solid Muds bundle. So, you know, we'll see. Hey, I am live right now, Beck. Absolutely terrible. I have to be careful when she runs in. She just sometimes doesn't have a filter. So it's like run to hit the mute button. Another friendship. I've got 3 of them. I also want to see if there's a token that like goes in and gives us a way to unlock, you know, ships account wide. That'd be really nice. I don't know if that's going to happen, but I feel like with Deca that there might actually be a chance for some of those things to happen that many of us have been asking for. So hopefully. Getty? There you go. 5-3 full command flight deck carrier. I think right now, if you're wanting to do torps, you wouldn't want a full 5-3 command flight deck carrier. You'd want it to be pilot command. Because that's the big issue with torps right now, is because the Eagle is the only pilot command ship in the game. It's the only viable min-max torpedo platform. Mars Industry, it's literally just use whatever visual, like whatever flavor of plasma you like the most. Yeah, Dark Eddie, I hope that message clears that up for you. Helps you understand my thoughts. Heard someone think the new TFO is the Mirror Universe Iconians, but in the Terran Task Force route. Yeah. I mean, well, keep in mind, Terran Emperor, it's a multiverse, meaning that they can do whatever they want. Whatever they want. Yeah. My cooldowns are good. Cheops, did Nick send you a message? What happened to my... Yep, okay. Thought I had this trained up on this one. Apparently not. To fix these bridge officers quick. Yeah, Dwayne, get on your torp build. X Jim, thanks for stopping by. Sphinx, how's it going? Dan, you can't put dual heavy cannons on the back of a ship. Just doesn't let you. Okay, Nick, you want to form it? Rob, hop on a support, bud. The unfortunate thing when it comes to high-end supporting right now is that the only viable support platform in the game is basically the Silic because of the IFF manipulator console. This console provides a massive amount of debuff, and because it's locked to specifically the Silic and the other faction variants of the Silic, this is basically the only platform we can use for high-end supported runs for the supporting platforms. Unfortunately, a limitation that hopefully is changed at one point, but no ground traits. The only ground I do most of the time is the exchange, so I don't really need traits for that. Though I'll probably be doing a bit more ground next month. With the Iconian stuff. What are the options for that going to be? It's going to be Herald Sphere, Gateway. So if it's like if Brotherhood is in there, then doing Brotherhood is going to be like the easiest way to get the daily done. So that's what I'll probably be doing for the event. Yeah, I only do Spaceborg TFOs. Yeah, that's the running meme. That was a bit of a rubber band right there. Yeah, not doing troop transports. Nick, I'm good to go whenever. Cold coffee. Is it really that cold? I get this to show the light. 85.8 in here. It's slowly coming down, but it was almost 90. I've got two computers running, so it's really warm in here. Um, I'm being asked to do a supported run, so I'm on a support build. Playing Star Wars, terrible. Nice, David.
Keep your eyes on the wheel.
If you have claimed some stuff from recruit characters, you would have salvage bonus pools. I've tried growing a beard before. Nick suggested I do that as like a challenge for a first stream. Is like have a funding goal and then have it be like I'll grow the beard out for X amount of time. But it just every time I try, it's just the beard itches so damn much. No, I did not. I'm not. Don't hate me, guys, but I just have never been that big of a Star Wars person. I'm sorry. Evil Mirror Spencer goatee when? I mean, I don't hate Star Wars. It's just I just never really got into it. Wayne, how long's your cooldown for infected? Beard wax will help with the itching. Wayne, how long do you have on your infected cooldown? We want to boost that tort buildup. Goatee Spencer? Oh no. Terrible madman.
Hey,
Boy. Okay, I'm gonna be bailing off as soon as this run happens. Dwayne, what's your cooldown, man? 10 minutes. We've been using team abilities quite a bit, Darthon. With the supported builds, we use team synergy with TAC teams to clear off boarding parties on the DPSer. Just looking at Twitter. I see things have just went hot. Not going to get into that. You've got 9 minutes. Terrible cables. Yeah, so if you guys have any questions, gonna just be, we're waiting for Dwayne's cooldown here, then that's gonna be it for today. Any new giveaways going on? Not right now. I was gonna do I mean, we'll be starting up some giveaways here probably in the next couple of weeks. I think we're not that far off from the Oscar league tables, you know, being able to come online. So when that happens, might do some giveaways there, some contests just to make sure that there's a boost of engagement. There'll be more website giveaways for like codes here in the next month or so, because that'll be when the new season pops up. I'm just looking. A lot of stuff's popped up in the last half hour. Have drones do all the fighting for you. Sorry, I'm just reading stuff. Kitty cat put glue on your face. Terrible. Is the quantum phase set still good? It's like an okay budget beginner type set, but it's not anything. Yeah. Big Sunday, exactly. I think we are. Don't want to get into it here, but we are witnessing that taking closer to midnight for sure. Eric, how's it going? Yeah, Darth. How many things for device slots like the Martian Android? I don't know. I don't mess around with the ground stuff like that too much. Yeah. I just looked over at my Twitter feeds and saw that stuff is like blown up. It's like, oh boy. Middle East, Rob. On the subject of the quantum set, how many channel beams are there now? Mako, Quantum, this Pavin one. Isn't there also the Revo set? Doesn't that have like a lance type effect? Channel beam or whatever? Or am I thinking of the wrong set? Terrible, Rob. Getting my promo Gorn Escort later to bolster my plasma. Yeah, it's basically whatever, Mark, whatever flavor you like the visuals of the most. Excrements. I think the Revo set has one too, Eric. Yeah, we're gonna get this run done for Dwayne here in a couple of minutes when his cooldown's done, and then I'm gonna bail out, see what else is going on in the world. Good. Storm. Corrosive, and corrosive, I mean, does have that muds bundle, so like you can get the corrosive stuff a little bit easier. I think that's Steven was doing pretty well with corrosive. I mean, the difference between like subtypes of various flavors is not much. That is there's a Vorgon ship. You can get it from the Phoenix store. So an Epic Phoenix token will get it. It is Vorgon. Is it the carrier? No, it's the Dreadnought cruiser. So 3-4 weapons and then 5 aft. The issue with that is most people lean towards mines, but a mine build is basically just a tort build from a couple years ago, and like this really like is not going to be a very viable platform for it. There are discords too to follow events like that, Eric. For like world events. The Phaetux Discord I think is pretty nice. How we doing cooldown wise? Dwayne, you good? Martin, you're fine, man. We're just wrapping things up. We're gonna run here for Dwayne, and Then I'm gonna be bailing out. Okay. Dwayne's good to go. I'm good. Everyone else good?
Hologram.
There's Chiop still. Chiop's walking the dog. I usually try to keep my Fed characters here and some of my KDF. DS9 is just a pretty good hub, and the issue with ESD is that ESD just, I find, lags out so much. Eric, Brown. I think we're just waiting on Chiops. Yeah, ESD loading times absolutely suck. Like, trying to load into the space map there, just... No. I'll pass. Just waiting on
Try
Chiops.
another drink. Maybe it'll bring you good luck.
Okay, Nick, hit it.
Oh, what's the harm in a little friendly wager?
Steven, I saw Mixed Stew's post there. Am I excited for the upcoming Dyson ships? My hype level for any upcoming ships has dropped down with the recent release of the Kelvin Connie 2, and I have
Situation is grim.
little faith right
All
now.
attempts to hail the starbase have failed.
Warning, ship is under attack. Warning, ship is
I
under
can't
attack.
change that.
Scanning the nanite trench. God, additional data is available.
Target shields have failed.
Hate that white bar that you're getting over some things right now. Servers feel lovely. Dwayne, you're... Where you at?
The nanite probes can repair the transport.
Dwayne?
Stop them.
Ramsman, yes. Dwayne went to the right side. This is a dead run. Yeah, indeed, Darth. Okay. The DPSer went to the opposite side. Yeah, Dwayne, this is left to right. Good to go. Terrible, Nick. Nick, where do you want my grav wells here? Yeah, Darthon, that'd be great. Bonks, you're on. Okay, sounds good, chaps. Good to go. Going good, Mark. Just about the stream's just about over. We're just doing an infected here quick for Dwayne, and then I'm gonna be bailing out. I think Kel may have messed around with some stuff like that before, but I haven't messed around with it in a long time. Nav, glad to help. Gotcha. Yep, got it, Nick.
The situation is grim. All attempts to hail the starbase have failed. We must assume the enemy has taken control. This is not acceptable. We must destroy the Borg fleet defending the starbase. Only then can we proceed with relief operations, if any survivors remain.
Warning, ship is under attack.
We are the Borg.
Begin by scanning the nanite transformer. Done. Additional data is available.
Target shield has failed.
Used my shield disable already. Oh, it came out.
Target shield has failed.
The nanite probes can repair the transformers. Stop
From this
them!
time forward, your culture will adapt to service ours.
Oh, just misfired. Base have just misfired.
Target shield has failed.
Dwayne, you gotta be moving faster between the points.
A probe is closing in on a transporter. Destroy it.
Dwayne, you can't be standing back to clean up, man. You gotta move.
Resistance is futile.
We go, Dwayne. 751. How many ICs have I done overall? Not enough. Here's to another million. Dwayne, grats on the record. I think that would be a new record for you, right? Yeah, that should be a new record. Congrats. Just got to move around between the points too fast. When you're doing a DPS run, if you're sitting there just at each of the points trying to clear it up, you're tanking your DPS. You have to move. Speed is DPS. But congrats. I need to bail out though, so thank you to everyone that stopped by today and contributed to that funding goal there. Always, there'll be more videos out in the next couple of days. The keybind video, I know, I've said many times it's almost here, but it is almost here. Again, Dwayne, grats on the record, and everyone, thank you for stopping by, but I need to bail out, so guys around.